Matt at chairbeesusa.com, bringing you our guest of the night. I mean, this guy, he's dominated the Ricky conversation. He dominated the top of the show as well. Monster Energy Pro Circuit's Cameron Mcadoo. What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
What are you laughing at?
I've been talked about on your guys' show by the GOAT for starters. You just said with Ricky.
Yeah.
Ricky was talking about me.
Yeah,
so I'm better now.
How many DMs? How many DMs and messages did you have?
I don't know. I mean, obviously as a Supercross racer, just in general, you have people reach out day to day. You know, like people want jerseys or whatever, and I get those and whatnot. But
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. Is everything okay down there? Are we good?
The guy was bleeding.
Oh,
I know. That's why I'm asking. Is everything okay?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you guys saw I got in a first turn crash, and that was kind of not ideal. My leg got stuck on the bike, and that got tweaked. But yeah, I'm pretty dialed.
Okay. Okay. So we're just doing that. Great.
Oh no, I'm just kidding.
I know.
No, yeah. I've had my fair share of messages.
Dude.
Some of the wildest, I guess, content and photos that some dude from Europe has and asked for more of, and just because he wanted to make a meme out of it. That was the reason why. So,
you're gonna be
interesting stuff.
Dude, you're going to be trending on Barstool Sports or something, I predict, on like an outside the industry sport. They're going to be like, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get
it. I guess, my thing with the situation is, I hope to be, and I think that I'm, more of a kind of a straight edge guy. I don't, I just stay in my deal, and, I guess I don't really do a lot of joking around, and, why couldn't have happened to someone, I don't know, maybe even Dino, he'd have so much fun with that.
He's already shown his asshole, Cameron.
Yeah, I know, but this doesn't even scratch the surface,
Dude, okay.
I had no option but to embrace it. I have no option.
No, you're absolutely right.
And you've done a good job
with that. You've done a great job with this, leaning into this, and you're right. That's it. You can't get mad about it. Listen, we talked about you grabbing 7 points that could matter down the road,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would have been awesome if our bikes weren't locked together.
Yeah.
Because that was, I'm not sure, on the broadcast you couldn't really see a whole lot of what's going on, but my bike was, locked into Seth Hammaker's bike.
Yeah.
And we couldn't get them detached I was completely lapped. I was at the back of the field with one lap down when I got back going. And it would have been, I think, pretty rad if I would have been able to pick my bike up. I probably would have been right around 5th, 6th place is what I would have ended up on the night.
Yeah.
Considering if I wasn't a lap down.
Sure.
Which would have been a pretty ballsy place.
But okay, so are you okay down there? Because we saw blood. So everything checks out? You're good?
No, yeah, I'm good. I got a little scuff and whatnot, but
Yeah.
Matty takes good care of me.
I was wondering, does he go commando under his pants, initially, and then we saw your social post that underwear got ripped too.
Yeah.
What was it a handlebar in the right position, and just as you flew through the air, Paul kind of thought it would catch your pants? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a handlebar. So when my bike got taken out from underneath me, I went across the top of my bike, and my handlebar is what caught it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's what.
Renthal grips are dangerous, man.
And so immediately you knew what was going on because you were standing up, kind of covering yourself, and you're like, I mean, was there a thought of I got to pull in and get taped up, or I'm quitting, or anything, or just no, I got to go?
Wait, what did you just say?
Were you I gotta?
Thank you,
Cameron. I gotta fix the pants, or I gotta go in the mechanics area, or anything like that.
Or what? At the end?
Or quit.
No, man, he ain't thinking about that. He wants points.
I'm the media. I'm asking.
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve, you know me, right?
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah, no, those I never thought that. It was a big decision, obviously.
Yeah.
As we all know, but
big decision.
And I was in disbelief when I looked down and I knew what I was working with, and I was like, wow, this can be like tucked back away. So I tried that.
Yep.
Didn't work, and I'm like, well, carry on. I got a job to do.
Yeah.
Let's figure out how to get this ball rolling.
I got a question. Did you get roosted like directly at any point? Like, imagine if there was a wall jump on this track.
Yeah, no, I didn't. The 353 before the mechanics area was a tricky one to navigate. I kind of had to double single that quite often because that wasn't ideal for me. But I got my knee stuck in between our bikes, and that was worse.
Yeah. How's the knee? Have you got any results on that? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be good.
Right.
Pretty banged up, but I'll be okay.
So Jalik said after the main event, you like rode by him and you were like, "Hey, look at this," because he didn't know. Jalik said he didn't know you were a lap down. He thought you guys were battling for position.
Yeah.
He wasn't quite sure what was going on. Yeah.
So I almost messaged him, but I didn't. I've never really talked to him.
Uh-huh.
But I'm sure someone will let him know. So I almost messaged him and was like, "Hey, dude, I'm sorry," because I thought he was a lap down with me, because when we crashed, I looked over and saw that he was down.
Yeah.
So I thought he was a lap down with me, and we were kind of like battling.
Yeah.
You know, he like ran it in on me a couple of times, and I was like, So then I passed him back, and I ended up finishing in front of him. But if I would have known he was in sixth place, I wouldn't have been battling him like that. I would have definitely been more respectful of the leaders. I just thought he was a lap down with me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Good to know. I think afterwards he wasn't saying like, I don't know what the hell Mcadoo was doing, but he was he was like, I think Mcadoo was a lap down. I wasn't quite sure, but we were battling. So yeah. When you're out there, like, it's cold, you can feel this, you know what's going on. Like, was it hard to focus on the race, or was it like you just forgot about it and just because you're so caught up in the race?
I was pretty involved in the race, and honestly I knew kind of where I was at in my situation. Like, I knew that the only people I was going to beat was who I could pass, unlap myself, and relap again, and just where I was at and how things were and what I was capable of doing was pumping my knee up a little bit and whatnot. Yep. I wasn't as locked into the races as sometimes when you're I guess charging forward at your full potential. But there was a couple times where I hit the triple and I just looked down and I'm like, wait, what? This I kind of can't believe this, what, how did this turn into this?
So go ahead.
So when it first happened and I realized what was going on, and then I started trying to get my bike up, and our bikes were locked together. Vial's bike was laying there. Ferry was, I think, laying under a couple bikes in the corner, and we were coming up on 3/4 of a lap down. I was already thinking, okay, for sure they're going to have tape or something for me, because I was very sure they were red flagging it. We couldn't even get our bikes up. They were just laying in the middle of the track, locked together.
What was locked together?
All over.
What was locked together? What was the problem?
I still don't know, because how we got it unlocked was I grabbed the seat, I think Hammaker grabbed the back wheel, and the flagger guy grabbed the front wheel, and then they just came apart. So,
they needed to pull it up straight.
Yeah.
The foot peg was hooked into something probably.
I was because I got right back up, and I'm just yanking on bikes. I'm like, we got to get going. Yeah. And I was yanking on bikes for probably 30 seconds before anyone else touched it, and then I think we just needed to pick it up straight,
Wow.
Did it feel good at any point? Man, this is some awesome vented gear. I'm so much cooler down there. I'm not swampy. Yeah. Was there any positives to it, or was it just an inconvenience, seat jumping and stuff?
It was a significant inconvenience.
JT was saying there's a lot of custom gear out there. A lot of these companies do custom stuff for riders like Cam. And JT was like, I don't think that happens to a customer pair of Fox pants, because these things are such stretchy. They're so lightweight. you know, for all the right reasons for what a Supercross racer needs. And he's like, I don't think that happens to like a normal pair of pants. I don't know, Cam. I don't know if you know much about what you're wearing.
I mean, our material's pretty close, I think, to a customer spec pant.
Okay.
But Fox does do extremely good at making our gear very, you know, fitted, very, very ventilated, and like with extreme comfort in mind. And that's like, it's very close to the customer spec gear too, and they do so well at that, you know. So it is. There's not a lot of extra material on it, and you know. But what are the chances something like that, I guess, really happens?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Cameron, I got a question for you. Coming into this series, were you 100% prepared, like ready to go?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't at all. I think kind of some people think I tried to bury it or something, but I never really posted about it socially. But I had a crash in the beginning of December, and I separated my collarbone off my sternum, and I had some pretty good bone bleeding on my scapula, and just had some, you know, pretty good trauma in my shoulder. So I was off the bike for right around 6 weeks, and then I got back on the bike like 2.5-ish weeks before coming to Detroit. So
you can really use these next couple weeks. Then you're probably glad to have a little bit of a break.
These next few weeks are good for me for sure.
Yeah.
It was definitely. I was just gonna say, like, it was encouraging to get a heat win. You know, that was, and usually, I guess, in my position and where I'm at in my career, and you know, my expectation in the class, I'm not like, for a heat win. It always feels good. It's nice. It's great for a gate pick, and it's good. But that one felt better than normal just because I was, you know, somewhat behind the 8 ball coming in a bit, and I struggled in practice. Like, just with myself, to be honest, I was struggling to gel, and I qualified really, really bad. I couldn't even put a lap together. So to go win the heat race, and kind of the way I did it was just a little bit straight up, you know?
Yeah,
it was nice. Sure. And so yeah, like I was pumped going into the main because I was like, wow, I felt fairly good in the heat race. I think we could do something good with this. And then, my main kind of went a different direction.
Yeah, absolutely. At Cherubies USA, bringing you Cameron Mcadoo on the show. Check out the latest styles and colors at cherubiesusa.com. Did you rewatch the start tonight at Pro Circuit? I mean, we were kind of breaking it down a little bit here. Look, it's a 90 turn. I get it. It's not. You know, it's kind of involves itself. It does look like Seth, your teammate, kind of caused it a little bit. What's your take on that first turn melee?
Well, I guess for starters, the reason I was involved in it was because I think Hymas had like a handlebar on me at most. And as soon as he got out of the ruts, he went to, I guess, to guard the inside for sure.
Yep.
He went left pretty quick, and you know, to just make sure that So I hooked into the side of his bike, and I on my bars, and I kind of got squirrely, and I had to check up and slow up.
Yep.
So I was next to the whole thing, and it looked like just what happened was everyone's fighting for so much position coming into, like you said, that 90 first turn. Those are always, they're not the best.
No, they're sketchy.
I think that they could definitely be, I don't know, eliminated or changed up a little bit. I don't know. But I also don't like to be the guy who's like, has all the reasons why everything's terrible, but has no real answers. So,
yep.
So there's a lot of that. So, anyway, I just think that Vial and Seth and all those guys kind of just got a little bit bunched up, and what it looked like happened was that Seth's handlebar got caught on the top of Vial's seat, which, if you ride dirt bikes and you've ever had your handlebar like that, it just yanks you that way, like, immediately. So Seth just went straight right into Vial's bike because it pulls his handlebar pretty much out of his hand. And then out of the corner of my eye, here it came.
Yeah. Dude.
4 bikes and bodies, and it was wild. But I think luckily the thing was that it was a fairly slow first. Like we didn't have much speed. The start straight was pretty short, so it felt like a slower crash, I guess, in my position or the portion of it that I was involved in.
Right.
It was just like I kind of just got slammed down, and but I would say if you asked Bial or maybe Ferry, they would say completely different because they flew a lot longer than I did. So
yeah, it was a nasty one for sure.
Yeah, those are hard to say, oh, it was this guy's fault, or I think it was very incidental. I don't think.
Yeah. Yep. No. It is a sense of that start design, the width of the stadium into a 90. I mean, I've seen enough Supercrosses in my life, and so has Nick Way and everybody else that you're out there. We got a question from an FMIP. There was a lot of talk about the tacky conditions and challenging ruts in Detroit, and I'm sure that you, like many others, made adjustments to your bike setup throughout the day. Having said that, were you happy with your sag during the main event? Oh, wow. We got some good ones coming in.
Funny, because I actually made a change to my sag.
Oh, okay.
Actually, going into the night show, and we made a big bike change going into the night show from practice, and it was I put it in the team's hands. I was like, I was a little bit searching all day, and I told them, hey, like, obviously where I'm at physically right now, whatever you guys see, I want you guys to make a decision and make kind of a game time decision. And so we made a big bike change, and one of the parts of it was different sag number. So I was actually very happy with it because my heat race was the best I rode. So yeah,
there we go.
My sag was dialed.
Chris is on one here. Chris, what's your question for Cameron Mcadoo?
Cam, hey, are you cool talking about this with fans? Like you're not, like, it's cool for me to ask you a question about your race or the situation.
About the race. Yeah, I mean, ideally about like actually the race, like or racing in general. This is the only thing I've talked about for I guess the last couple of days is the incident on the night, but ask whatever.
Well, first I want to say I never thought I'd be on hold for 30 minutes waiting to talk to another man about his balls, but I just wanted to relate a little bit to you and just give you kudos. Steve kind of answered one of my other questions, but some of us aren't blessed with a sponsorship or whatever, so some of us are rocking some old underwear at work, and there's situations, where I'm at work and I might have a similar problem where they drop out of a hole, not a Gary Bailey situation where they're completely exposed, but out of a hole in the underwear within the pants, and it freezes me in my tracks. I'm like, absolutely not. I'm stopping in my tracks. So I just want to say I can't even imagine.
Hold on. So
riding
I want to interrupt you quick.
Hold on.
I want to interrupt you. So you have that happen to you at work often?
I'm saying, man, not all, like sometimes you got to rock some underwear with a hole in it. And
okay.
When you do, and if you bend over, it's gonna happen. So.
Jeez.
But not, like I said, not fully exposed. Like kind of in the pants. But
yeah.
But I'm freezing in my tracks when it comes to that. It's like I'm not even moving, and I'm not on a dirt bike. I'm so I can't even imagine. So. I guess my question though is what was Mitch's reaction? How did Mitch handle it?
Mitch won the race. He wasn't stressed about what I had going on with my balls.
Exactly.
To be honest, he's there to win. So he had a great night, and the team had a great night. So that was the focal point there. They were stoked, and I'm stoked for them for winning. So
thanks, Chris.
so,
thanks, man.
Yeah,
thank you.
Hey, there is an opportunity to turn this into a positive, Cam. It is a positive anyways. You got 7 points, all that. Do you still have the pants? You could like auction them off, donate the money to charity.
I think Fox has them. I don't really take my gear home.
Okay.
But
yep.
someone actually DM'd me, and I was like, that's kind of a good idea. Like, you should auction those pants off
100%.
and then give like the proceeds or some of the proceeds to like testicular cancer research. And I was like, I'm all about stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't want to beat a dead horse with it, kind of. I think it's funny. Like, it is funny what happened. You guys I'm sure you guys have sat, in the show and thrown around pictures, because you guys all have access to photographers who probably have sent pictures of what the public hasn't seen. But if you guys have been able to sit with Maddie and I for the last couple of days and see how many times we have just like almost crying laughing about some of the photos that photographers have sent us and videos that are just the most bizarre thing that you never imagined would ever happen to you. So we've gotten a kick out of it, and honestly, it's probably the best thing, because I've never been able to like laugh about a race that I got 15th in.
Well,
and I'm able to.
We were talking afterwards, and we were like, "What's funny is this is crazy and insane. It might not even make Cameron McAdoo's top 5 craziest moments on the racetrack. Like, you've had some highlights, battling guys, crashing. We're like, this maybe not even be in McAdoo's top 5. This, which says a lot about the things you've done in your career. Like, there's been some memorable moments.
That's another thing that my wife Maddie and I have been like, we've talked about a couple of times. Like, geez, like, why does all the things that I'm, have kind of gone viral for or gotten, I'm not going to say gotten famous for, but, gained a lot more recognition for, like, all these things, that Atlanta 2021, that's obviously probably the main one. And then this now, like, gosh, I want to just go win, like, races and people be stoked on that. Or, like, stoke up some kids that, came and hung out at the truck, and I made them feel good.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Or even like the battles with Jet, that got you, his fans all upset, that stuff, right? Like, all that stuff. There's a lot of stuff with Cameron McAdoo for sure over the years.
Yeah, I had the fair share of Jets fans upset with me which for understandable.
Racing,
they love their guy, and I race hard, and I want to win.
Yeah,
no matter who you are.
No, absolutely, and like we said too, these 7 points could really, come in your favor at the end of the year, which is the main thing. Is racing hard as you did the lap down and getting 7 points. So that's
totally,
especially
in our regional championship we have.
Yeah,
I think 9 races, or so it's like, it sounds cliche, but every point counts.
Yeah,
it really does.
No, absolutely. Well, I'm glad you're all right. Like, I was wondering about that, like the roost or the blood and all of that. Like, I'm glad you're all right down there. Everything's good.
Yep.
So
all's good.
That part's good. Thanks for your time tonight, Cam. Good job. Nice comeback. It's something we're going to be talking about for a while. We really are.
Until Seattle next weekend, when like someone takes someone out, and then like that's the next thing. So that's all I got to do is deal with it for 7 days.
Glendale, you mean? Not Seattle, fun. Glendale.
Well, Seattle, they're racing, right? Or no, sorry, not Seattle. What am I
Glendale.
talking about? Glendale.
I don't know. I don't know what.
I'm not saying Seattle. What am I? Yeah. Anyway,
you're concussed.
I'm not racing.
Yeah,
so
you got 3 weeks off, and we'll see you in Dallas, and let's hope it's a more uneventful race for you. It ends up at the top step. That's the way to go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thanks for the time.
Good chat, guys.
All right, see ya. That's Cameron McAdoo, everybody. Brought to you by the Cherubies USA.
Look like a tube of tennis balls hanging there, a 4-pack.